Hi, I'm Mrs. Maley, art teacher at Murray Middle School. Join me as I share fun and creative ways for you to make your own artworks. Welcome to the art room. Claude Monet was a French Impressionist painter who liked to paint his impression of light reflecting off of objects. When you look at his paintings up close, they look like globs and smears, but as you move farther away, they become beautiful flowers. Today I'm going to show you how to create your very own flower painting, and you're going to create paintbrushes out of some unusual objects. Here's what you'll need: blue construction paper, a variety of green crayons, red and white craft paint, 2 paper plates, a pair of scissors, 2 toilet paper tubes, and a messy mat to keep things clean. To get started, we're going to create our paintbrushes. So the first thing you're going to do is cut notches in your toilet paper tube. So I'm going to use my scissors and cut a notch. And when I cut the notch, it should line up with my crayon. If you take the end of the crayon and go to the L, it should be about that long. So that's a good measurement. When you cut the next notch, it should be about the width of the crayon. So my next notch is going to go about right here. So what you're going to do is cut the second notch, turn, and continue. So you're going to do this all the way around, and then you're going to repeat that with the second tube. Now that you have your tubes cut with your notches, you're going to bend out one of the tube's tabs this way, all the way around. The second tube you're going to bend inward like this. Okay, we've got our 2 paintbrushes. We're going to set those aside for now. So here are some examples of the paintings that we're going to create today. You get to choose as the artist if you would like yours to go vertically or if you would like your painting to go horizontal. It's totally up to you as the artist. I'm going to create my painting vertically. You're going to use your crayons and you're going to draw stems and grasses that grow from the bottom of the paper up. And you can use any of the colors you like. You just want to use a variety. So when you draw, go from the bottom up. Some of these are going to be taller than others, and some of them are going to be thicker than others. You want to use a good variety of greens when you're drawing. Now I'm making some of these just a little bit thicker, and then I'm going to start adding leaves. Now when you draw your leaves, you want the largest leaves to be near the bottom of the stem and the smaller leaves to be near the top. I like to draw a line out to get me started and then create a point and come back toward the stem. You can color with the same color of green, or you can change it and make a little bit lighter or darker part of the leaf. Continue drawing a variety of leaves, large and small, in different values of green throughout the picture. I recommend you really take your time with this part because once you start painting, it's very hard to go back and add more. So make sure you've added all the stems, grasses, little leaves that you want, and then we're going to be ready to paint. On my first plate, I poured out some white paint, and then I put some white paint with a few drops of red. On the second plate, I put red by itself, and this is the color we're going to start with. What we're going to do is create flowers, some that are in full bloom and some that are little blossoms. To create the full blooming flower, you're going to use this paintbrush with the pieces that are sticking outward and add this to the center and use only this one for the small blossoms. To create your large blooming flowers, you use this one and you're going to tap it into the paint, turning it as you tap. And what you're doing is putting paint on the small tabs that you cut and bent outward. You can also move it over here and make sure that the paint's on it really well. Because this is somewhat small, I'm going to create only 2 large full blooming flowers. So my first one is going to go probably about here. So all you do is just press and turn. You can dip back into your paint whenever you need a little bit more. And then my second large flower, I'm going to move down a bit, just to give it a little variety, maybe right here. Next, we're going to move to the paint that has the red and white. And what you want to do is turn and dab into the paint so that it creates a light pink. Add that to my red. And last, I'm going to add white. Does not take quite as much white, so I'm just gently tapping it into the white, turning it. This is what it looks like. And layer that on top, just a little bit, not too much. Now, while I'm moving on to the next part, I can set this up so it's out of my way, and I'm moving to this one to make the centers. Starting with my red, I tap into the red, and I tap into the center. Next, anywhere you would like a small blossom, you're going to tap just a little bit of red in that spot. It's best to move around through your picture and create little blossoms randomly, just like they occur in nature. Now we're going to layer our pink and white just like we did with the large flowers. So I'm going to go back to the pink and I'm going to tap first in the center of my big flower, just a little. Then I'm going to add a little bit of pink on my blossoms. In our final step, we're going to layer our white on top. This helps show the light reflecting on the flowers. It's best to tap just a little bit. You don't want to tap too much or it'll blend all your colors back together. We want to see the layers of the dark, medium, and light values of the red. If you want to go back and add a little bit more with your larger flowers, you can always go back to your larger one, tap into any of the colors you want to add more of, and add just a little bit more. These flower paintings are really fun to paint with your unusual paintbrushes, and the layers help to show the light reflecting on them just like the Impressionist painters. I hope you enjoyed creating your beautiful flower paintings today. Remember to always believe in yourself, share your love of art with others, and make the world a more beautiful place. Until next time, this is Miss Maylie in the Art Room.